Okay, so this is the refuge. There's two coyotes. I had a couple of shots of a coyote that I took, but it didn't come out very well. But this is from the museum. There's a museum at the top of the hill, the art museum. We stopped and I was trying to find some elk because there's some two giant elk that hang out here at the elk refuge, but it was just pure luck. I was looking for some what were they? Sheep, not sheep, the longhorn sheep, the rams. And I look down and I see this thing moving in the grass. I was like, "What is that?" And it's a coyote. One of them was hurt. There's two of them in there, but one of them was hurt. The other one was just walking across. But I thought that was pretty cool to get those coyote. There's a little bit of fog on there. This is my award-winning shot right here. If you want to buy it, it's like $5,000, $6,000. But we can talk about price, But it's an award-winning shot. Nobody can get that shot ever again. It's a once in a lifetime with my edits. It's just how it is. This is the elk refuge, and it's it's a bunch of female elk that are out here, and the Great Tetons in the background. I thought it was a pretty cool little shot. I tried to take it with a picture, but it didn't come out the way I wanted it to. But overall, it was good. I'm gonna let you know the elk refuge is okay. If there's no snow, don't go. The ride is too bumpy. It's really, really cold. We went on a warm day. It was 30 degrees, but it was still cold. Bring blankets if you are going to go. Definitely bring blankets. There's a lot of people. You're crammed in there. You don't really see it, but you're crammed. Like everybody's up against something. There's no room. There was a dude that was in front of me that was just like an a-hole. I don't know how to describe it. I'll talk about it later. But this is from the elk refuge. This bird right here, I'm going to call it a white chested flying bird. I don't know what they're called, but I really liked it. Oh, going back to this shot, like I said, $5,000, $6,000 for this, one of a kind. I'm only gonna print one. I'm not gonna print anything else. So if you want it, let me know. I wanted to put this shot in here because you can kind of see it on the top of each one of these pictures. Not really here, but when I shot this with a teleconverter, which I shouldn't have. I'll talk about this raven here in a minute. But anyway, going back to that other shot, and the you can see the dust spots. And I really thought I cleaned the lens, but when you're at f44 or f30 or something with the teleconverter, it's you can tell. Going back to this shot right here that's going on. So these are elk. This is the XT5 with stabilization and the lens stabilization on. And I'm moving a lot, guys. I mean, I am like shifting, trying to move my hands around. No tripod whatsoever. It's just my arms holding this. So it's not too bad for stabilization. Now, all the elk, the female elk, were running in one direction. I think I got a shot of it, but they freaked out. Anyway, this is the iconic shot that's there. Oh, here it is, right here. Okay, so they're going up this hill, and there's wolves. We didn't see them. We saw tracks of them when we went to that backcountry, but there's wolves there. Now, the steam that you see right in front of me is not from the hot spring that's in front of us. It's actually from the vehicle because it's -5 degrees, but it feels like -8 degrees outside.
Oh, that's a gorgeous shot.
This is the first shot I got early in the morning. This right here is my Great Teton shot. I really like this one. This was beautiful. I'm going to post this one on the wall too. This is during the day, later on during the day when we go back, but that's when we first get to the airport. That was a really cool shot. I really like that. It just snowed. These next drone shots, they're just the kind of drone shots of the area. That's the elk refuge. You didn't know there was a river there, but there's a river that never freezes. That's the river. It comes from the hot springs, which I talked about earlier. And I thought it was pretty cool. The rest of this is just kind of just stuff that happened, that was going on. The iconic shot that everybody gets in front of. Okay, so let me go over this. This drone shot, the guy said I might have done something illegal, but I didn't. Because if you see, like, off to the right, I mean, way off to the right, I'll even put it, there's a little stop area. It has the Great Tetons picture on there. And it says, like, the sign Great Tetons. That's where the park starts. The elk refuge is on my right, so that's still like a national preserve or something. So I'm pretty sure you can't fly drones in there. And off to the left, I think it's private land or public land. I think most of it's public land, but it's private land. And I didn't fly there. I literally stayed on the road. There's a neighborhood right below this drone. It's like a fish hatchery or something. I really don't know what it's called. Um, but that's where I'm on the road right here, right? So I didn't ever pass. I was trying to do like a vlog of the day, of what it was and kind of going through. I was at that restaurant, Snow King Resort. If you go during Christmas, New Year's, the service is awful, and I get it. It's Christmas, it's New Year's. The service isn't going to be that great. I totally understand. But still, it was the worst thing ever. In the shade, it might have said like negative 18 degrees or some crap, dude, or negative 8, but holy smokes, it was super cold. This is at the Snow King Resort. This is the little sleigh ride. No, what is it? The Alpine thing ride, or whatever it is. This is the end of the trip. We're getting back to the airport. It's gorgeous. This is the only airport in the United States that lands in a state park, which I thought was pretty cool. This is me going bye bye. Kind of sad. The clouds look really good here, but it wouldn't have been a good shot. Like, there's a shot in here. I can't remember where it was. Anyway, going back to this elk shot. So I'm pretty far from these elk, right? These are the two moose that we're talking about. But it was a fun trip. If you can kind of look at this shot, you can kind of see some of the spots. But remember, when you have a teleconverter on it, you don't have to move too much on your f-stop. And I completely forgot that here. Everything's time, right? Like, you're running out of time for everything. But I had a good time. I had fun. And like I said, those female elk that I took pictures of, they just kind of they were running, and there's deer over there, and all of a sudden they stopped. Or not deer, wolves. They stopped and they came back. If we had waited a little bit longer, I'm pretty sure the wolves would have shown up. But it was cold, man. I'm talking about cold. It was negative 8 degrees most of the morning. It went up to 10 Fahrenheit, but I mean, that was way too much for me. That was too cold for me. The guy that I was with, that he toured me, now I'm gonna let you know, it's really good to pay for the tours. It's nice because you get the vehicle, you don't have to worry about driving. They drive, you spot, that kind of stuff. It's fun. But it's expensive, because they take the time out of their day. I think it's a cool profession. I think it's really cool to do. He was trying to show me a fox, but I didn't see it. He didn't see the fox. He's got a really nice fox shot on his profile, and we were hoping to see it. I was hoping to see it. He said, "Yo, you can go back out later on down the road," but like I says, there were wolves out there. I didn't want to spend too much time alone out there because of the wolves, and pretty much they're solitary. They don't come near people unless they have to, but there's plenty of elk around. There's plenty of other food that's around there. So he said that these two moose right here were young adolescents. I mean, they're big for young. I mean, they were huge. You can see how far I was away. He had a Nikon, I think 6 or 7Z, and 400 without a teleconverter. I had my Fuji teleconverter, and that's how far we were, and I still got that shot. It was beautiful. So I thought it was pretty cool. It was great. So, a couple of things that I didn't talk about. I might run a little long, but the trail from the airport, there's a roundabout if you're going back into Jackson. If you're going to Jackson from the airport, if you take a left on that roundabout, it's going to be back here with all this nature preserve and everything. If you go during the wintertime, 7 o'clock, 7:15, you'll get those nice, really, really beautiful sunrise shots of the Tetons. You're going to see a lot of elk, a lot of moose in the back country. This is that morning shot, 7:15, 7:30 right there. And so you don't have to buy a guide. You can just go in that back country. There's another spot where he wanted to show me otters, and I can't describe how to get there. You'll probably need somebody for that. But I didn't take a picture of it. I should have. But there was a guy that crashed, and he left his coffee behind. He was just having a bad day because he crashed into the berm. His front bumper was completely tore off, and it was crazy. But I had a good time. It was fun. If you have any questions or anything, or you want to buy that picture from me, like I said, I'm only doing one print, and then I'm done with it. $5,000-$6,000. I did go to an art gallery in Jackson, Wyoming, and they're going for like 12, 13, 15,000. And I don't get it, but people sell things what they are. And I'll put it in a frame and everything, and I'll ship it off to you. But I love that one shot. So hope you have a good day, a good night, and I'll see you on the other side. If you have any questions, put it in the comments, and have a good night.